Hi, my name is Thomas. This is my channel, and these are my drawings. I'm doing an expression sheet for a character in a short film that I'm making. This is my first time doing my own expression sheet, so before I started, I looked up a couple expression sheets, and then I picked a few poses that I liked. I took those ones and I drew a dummy face over them, keeping the expression and the shape of the head, and then I just kind of mapped my character onto it. The reason I did that was because, with it being the first time I'm doing an expression sheet, I figured it would just be faster to start if I could just see some expressions and replicate those. I also found it really helpful because I was able to focus my energy onto keeping the character's proportions and getting to try understand how his face moves. I tried to pick a good selection of poses, a number of them that face either left or right and have more of a level or upward angle. I found this was really helpful when trying to keep his features consistent and to see what worked best. This pose in particular I found quite challenging just from the position of the head, that slightly downward angle. And one thing I noticed that I was doing on each of them was actually making the head too skinny. So for I think all of them, I widened every one of them. So when I'm actually animating, I need to keep that in mind. At this point, I felt I had the general head shape, but I needed to tweak quite a few things. The neck wasn't really sitting right for me, and the chin wasn't really looking correct. Another thing for me is that the eyes and the mouth were a bit too large. I had the idea that the glasses would make the eyes seem smaller as well. You can see here as well that I keep going back to the other poses to check what's consistent and what isn't and see if this head is matching up with the others enough. Then this is again where I clock that the head is too thin, it needs to be widened, and then start to work on the shape of the jaw again and how the skin kind of hangs down. At this stage I was trying to figure out why it didn't look enough like the others, so I actually went and asked a friend to take a look at it, and they ended up pointing out a few really important things. One of those was the profile line of the face and how I'd kind of lost that shape. The other was the hairline and that it wasn't quite matching up, and the other was the shape of the nose. I had it with this sort of upward slope, and at this guy's age all those features sink downwards, so his nose should slope down as opposed to being pointed up, which once I saw that changed it on all of them, and I think it really emphasized the age a bit more. It was also just a good lesson in reaching out to other people, getting them to check your work for you if you can't spot the issues yourself. Then it was on to the next and final pose. I found this one a little challenging because of the angle, so there's a little bit of fiddling around at times, but I think I got there in the end. So at this part where I have the rough shape down, I'm starting to look at the other drawings and match up how that skin should hang and the shapes that should be forming. And then trying to get that hair again, but once again I spotted that it was off and too thin, so I had to pull everything out and stretch that head a bit. And then fixing up the jawline to make those profiles kind of match up. This part I knew the head still wasn't quite correct, so I just wanted to draw a structure over it and see how much of the head I was missing. So once I had that little overlay, I was able to just pull the other part and push it out a little bit more to the left and patch it up. From there then it was just a couple little details, and that was the 6 expressions done. I felt like I'd learned a lot from doing them, that it was a good range of expressions. It definitely helped me get a bit more sort of in tune with the character. So that's all the expressions done for this character. I know I was only able to show 2 because I only started recording when I had the other 4 done. Is when I had the idea to do this kind of stuff. So the next video I'm going to do is going to be the next character, Hannah, and I'll do all 6 of her expressions. I'll talk as I draw. In this one I was just commenting retrospectively. This is my first time ever making videos, so it might take me a little while to find my footing and what my preferred method is. So I hope it was helpful, or at the very least a little interesting, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.